So the first Eafc 25 leaks are out and there is a brand new game mode, so let's go through it. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So there has been loads of information about Eafc 25 drop just yesterday, so what we're going to be doing is we are going to be going through it in today's video and make sure that you guys are all nicely up to date. So in today's video we've got a few things going to cover. Mainly we've got the brand new game mode that has been leaked to be added next year. We'll be talking a little bit about this sort of chemistry thing they're doing with managers next year, where there's going to be preset custom tactics. We'll also talk about other leaks and stuff also that's been busted that is kind of fake leaks. So like myself, I'm sure the thing that you guys are most interested in is the brand new game mode. EA seems to bring a brand new game mode every year, if not every other year. Sometimes it absolutely sucks. Stuff like moments where EA dropped it and then they really did drop it. They didn't really care after almost releasing it for the first month. They kind of hyped up a lot in a lot of the trailers, but then again it was just a bit of a flash in the pan. But in the past, obviously, we've had really good game modes being added. Obviously, we had foot draft being added one year. We had, I mean, it's not so interesting nowadays, but squad battles was pretty good, at least when it came to objectives. And I mean, if you're a really new casual player, I think it would have been pretty decent. We obviously had foot draft. Foot draft was amazing, and obviously Foot Champs was 1 year a brand new game mode. So EA aren't shy. Oh, also obviously we've had the World Cup mode. That was pretty good. Well, that was great fun for about 2-3 weeks. So EA aren't shy from releasing brand new game modes, and it seems like next FIFA we've got a brand new game mode. The question is it going to be one of these ones that we're playing all through the year, or is it going to be one of these ones, a little bit like moments where they add it and then, yeah, it's kind of like the, what is it, like the middle child. They don't really care about it, you know, it's just been released, whatever. So let's walk through what this game mode is. So this game mode seems to, on the basis, be a bit of a Volta sort of pro clubs, which I don't think is too bad. Obviously we saw a massive rise in the hype, at least in social media, around pro clubs this year with the whole Girth and Turf sort of thing. So I doubt they're jumping on the back of that, and it's probably more, this has been in the pipeline for a while, because they did say, I think it was a year or two ago, that, oh yeah, pro clubs, keep an eye out. Now I don't know if it was because they're going to release something like this down the line, or you know, maybe EA really overhyped their own ideas. But yes, it's a bit of a pro clubs / Volta sort of thing. Personally, I play a bit of pro clubs every now and again, but Volta, I never touched Volta, never touched the Journey. Two things in FIFA I've never touched, despite this, yeah, literally being my job. So the game mode. The game mode is a 4-human game, well, 4v4, although the game itself is actually a 5v5. So it's going to be 4 outfield players versus 4 outfield players, all being controlled by humans, and the goalkeeper is going to be AI, which means you'll always have someone to blame in the game. But yeah, I think this is, again, a good fun, good amount. I mean, 4 sometimes kind of gets to be a little bit too hard to get hold of, but I guess if you're young there's probably going to be 4 people always active. It's when you get old like me and there's only 1 or 2 people kind of lingering around. So I presume you can do like two humans with 2A versus 4, unless their real idea on the third one or the 4th point is that you can actually do a drop-in match. So if you don't have 4 people, just like pro clubs where you can go in and play a complete randies, it seems to be that, yeah, seems that could be the case. So yeah, it's a 4v4 game mode, just like Pro Clubs and Volta, where you get to pick the player. So for example, if I had a team this season, Salah, I would basically be playing this game, but only ever controlling team this season Salah. Maybe my mate's got team this season Van Dijk, someone else has got, I don't know, Di Natale, and then presumably the goalkeepers are just going to be random Ultimate Team goalkeepers, or maybe they're like Pro Clubs where they're just going to give them made up names and so on. The only problem with, I guess, everyone getting to select one player from their Ultimate Team club, as nice as it is this just going to turn into a meta fest? You know, it seems really good fun, 4v4, but is it great fun when, I don't know, there's some sort of horrible meta and every single time you play against the same 4 Ultimate Team players, because everyone's, you know, I don't know, got like the Drogba, you know, like say every single time you played against a Drogba, then you played against some guy who could whip it in. I mean, if it's 5-a-side goals, I can't see Drogba and heading being too OP. But you get what I mean. The only problem, I guess, with being able to pre-select your players is that especially if the rewards are good enough, and we'll move on to that in a sec, are you just going to play against the same team over and over again? To progress on to the other points, and like I said, you go into there with 3 of your friends, and of course they'll all select Ultimate Team players as well. Alternatively, you can go into a drop-in match with 3 randies. The pitch will be smaller. I'd imagine that would have been a given. I can't imagine many people would have presumed a 5v5 would have been played on a full 11-a-side pitch, but it's great for that to be clarified. So yeah, basically just like Volta pitches, just like 5-a-side classic sort of pitches. The pitches will have grass. People were mocking him for this, but in all fairness, you see Volta and they're being played under a bridge, or they're being played on the streets of blah. So I don't know, I guess maybe it would have been cooler if there's multiple pitches, but at the same time, I couldn't care less. It doesn't really make much of a difference. And regular kits, so obviously I guess maybe there's a captain in the team, and the captain in the team, I don't know if there's going to be custom tactics, I don't know if it's going to be that deep, but maybe just like Pro Clubs, the captain, maybe they use their kits that they have in Ultimate Team. Obviously, it's not really like Pro Clubs where you're creating a club and going in to play with these guys all the time, so I can presume it's probably the first person who logs in as the captain, and then the rest, again, I don't know if you get to choose formations and so on, we don't really know yet, but yeah, it seems pretty interesting. So this is something that I think will be quite good for the progression of it. Again, I was saying earlier that we've had moments in the past and they just released moments and then they didn't touch it for 6 months. Well, this seems to be something that would look like EA is going to continue showing it attention, and releasing stuff for it. There'll be many objectives inside the game. Some of them, not all of them, having requirements like 75 rating, 85 pace. Although it's hard to believe that pace would be overly OP in 5-a-side. I think, again, as somebody who plays a bit of 5-side, 6-side, stamina. I think stamina would probably be more OP because, there's nothing worse than being absolutely knackered in 5-a-side and then having 20 minutes left. I've had some woeful games in my time. So, yeah, I don't know if pace would really be the OP thing, but nonetheless, cool that there's going to be objectives, cool that you're going to get rewarded for playing it. Hopefully it's not going to be like we're in the World Cup where EA rewards you and they're like, oh yeah, if you win the whole World Cup, you get a 7.5k pack, and they're like, cheers. So hopefully the rewards are actually interesting and they're getting people playing this game mode. Because, again, no one's playing Moments because Moments just don't give interesting enough rewards. So if you get interesting enough rewards, I think this could be pretty decent. This game mode does not replace squad battles, and it'll be an extra game mode inside of Ultimate Team. It'd be weird for this to replace squad battles, I guess, with this being nothing like squad battles, but I mean, fair enough. There was also something that came out saying that, is this going to go and replace Pro Clubs? And Google said there's no more Pro Clubs. But Google also made this, it says right here, Google also made this response because apparently there was a TikTok that blew up, basically making fake EA tweets, as in probably using some sort of Photoshop. And as a result of it blowing up, Google then kind of like transitions that TikTok into an answer. And yeah, so apparently this is fake. The leakers are coming out saying it's fake. So still going to be Pro Clubs. Still going to be squad battles. And the last thing they go and say on this post is that that squad battles is going to get revamped for Eafc. Is that the rewards? Is that going to be that, I don't know, they're going to increase the difficulty? Who knows? I mean, I don't mind squad battles because I just use it to get objectives done. It's like the easiest thing going. I'll play 2 goals and get 2 goals and then just carry on with doing whatever, and then I'll pop in at the end of the game. But so it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do with squad battles. As I said at the end there is still 2 months to the game. This information, we believe, derives from the playtesters. So there are people's jobs, and I know, I envy them as well, who just play games. They either try and break the games, or I guess they have enough sort of experience that they can give a decent review, say, oh yeah, it's wrong here, here, and here. So that's going to wrap up that. I do think this is really, really good, because I always say that FIFA is a very loner game. Ultimate Team, they did bring in co-op, but were many people playing co-op? Whereas Pro Clubs is really the social game of FIFA. Whereas a lot of other games are very social in the first place. You've got your games like COD, you go in there with 5, 6 of your mates. You can play by yourself if you want, but the game more favours going in with your mates. Any of the BR games, your Fortnite, your COD, whatever thing, your Apex Legends, whatever, they're relatively social games because you normally log into them with your mates. But Ultimate Team, I guess, other than being in a party and all playing it, it's not the most sociable game. So I do quite like it because I do think it does add a nice sociable factor into FIFA, which we thought maybe would have been corrected with co-op, but I'm not overly convinced that co-op was really implemented that well, as it was just kind of being used to play division rivals and couldn't play foot champs and so on and so on. So the other stuff that was leaked at the moment is the new Ultimate Team Manager system. To come seems to be a new corner system, which is interesting because it seemed like you used to be able to make way more in-depth corners back in the day than you do nowadays. Back in the day, you used to go into the training facility and you used to be able to honestly make every player make certain runs. But nowadays, all you got to do is pass it short, get a whip cross back post, and boom, easy goal. So yeah, that'll be interesting. It'd be nice if they also redid the free kick system. But I don't know, I guess the free kick system's had a lot of play around with the last 5 years in comparison to the corner system. And then the pack animation. I doubt we'll actually get visuals for this because, as you see, we had no visuals for this whatsoever. And if it's just people playtesting the game, they would have played it and then just come back and go, rah, 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 rah. Not that they have any leaks as such. So, although obviously this is a leak of to an extent. So the only other thing that was leaked was the manager. And I'll be honest with you, for any of you guys who play FIFA quite hardcore, this isn't really anything interesting for you. The reason it isn't anything interesting for you is because it's really just a casual thing. You know, let's say I didn't play much FIFA and I'm a massive Man City fan because I'm under the age of 15, and you know, I'm like, oh, I love Man City, I love Pep Guardiola, his bald head, oh, I love it so much. Basically, what they can do is they can go on, buy Pep Guardiola, and it'll pre-give them Man City's tactics. So I think for a casual, this is sick because, you know, there's loads of videos out there being like, oh, this is Jurgen Klopp's tactics in the Ultimate Team, this is Pep's, and this is kind of something they've just incorporated. Basically, what will happen is if you buy, and I presume all managers will have this, and it'd be interesting how DPA do this, because EA could easily use this as like some sort of promo video. They, you know, get Pep Guardiola down, they're like, oh, Pep, what formations you have, and he's like, oh, I do this. You know, it'd be interesting if they actually go and try and promote EAFC 25 using stuff like this, but yeah, basically, you buy the manager, and the manager's going to have a preset custom tactic. But it doesn't matter because you'll be able to change your custom tactics anyway. So if you're sweaty and run a 4-3-2-1 like myself, do not worry. This is more just a casual thing, and it's kind of like, you know, it's just casual, basically. If you really want to sweat the game out, you change the custom tactics in game. It's not like you can only use the custom tactics of the manager. It's just a nice little thing again for if you're a casual player. So yeah, for sweats, not amazing, which is why Twitter didn't like it because they're a bunch of sweats. But in reality, if you're a casual, I think it's quite a nice little thing. And that is going to wrap up the leaks we have so far for EAFC. Regarding the market, if any of you are interested in the trading take on it, I can't imagine there'll be any hype around the whole manager thing. You know, I wouldn't be buying them early game. What I do think is quite interesting is with the new game mode, there will be money when they release objectives like that, especially if there's only so many players who can be in said objective. It's kind of just like an Evo, or just a normal objective. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think there'll be quite good money on that. But apart from that, nothing affecting the market too much. Maybe if they create some sort of mad incentive to go and play this game mode in an Ultimate Team, maybe you will see like the best players rise a lot more because obviously people are buying one player rather than 11 players. But yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. That's been that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.